Welcome to the Port of Dampier and the Woodside-operated LNG terminals. The Woodside terminals, Karratha Gas Plant and Pluto Gas Plant are located on the eastern side of Mermaid Sound, adjacent to each other on the Burrup Peninsula. The Pilbara Port Authority facilities, various supply bases, as well as the large Rio Tinto-operated iron ore and salt export operations exist further to the south in the Sound. 3 separate pilot boarding grounds exist to help manage the traffic flows in and out of the Sound. Mermaid Sound is also a popular recreational boating and fishing area. Woodside operates with safety as the number one priority and hence expect the full cooperation of your vessel and crew at all times during your visit to Dampier. To ensure safe pilotage and cargo operations whilst in Dampier, your vessel will have in attendance at all times a Woodside pilot loading master from the pilot boarding grounds to any one of the 4 jetties operated by Woodside at which you have been assigned to load. Ships shall arrive at their designated pilot boarding ground in all aspects ready to load with full biosecurity clearance. This includes completion of a ballast exchange or certified ballast treatment on board in accordance with your vessel's approved ballast water management plan. Pre-arrival information will be sent to your vessel in the days before entering port limits. During your stay, your vessel may be subject to inspection by terminal staff and government agencies. Pilotage operations are conducted using strong BRM principles and within a sound navigational framework with clearly defined parameters outlined in the respective terminal handbooks. The safe and efficient hydrocarbon transfer of LNG, condensate crude oil and LPG are conducted as per industry standards outlined in ISGOT and SIGTO and communicated via the Ship-Shore Safety Checklist. Please view this video 2 days prior to arrival at the port. Should you have any questions, raise them with the pilot loading master prior to arrival. Woodside Marine Pilot Transfer is conducted via pilot boat or alternatively by helicopter to vessels with Woodside approved helidecks. Marine pilot transfer is a high-risk operation. Woodside expects strict adherence to the relevant international standards as outlined in the IMO resolution and SOLAS. The pilot will contact you approximately 1 hour before scheduled pilot on-board time and confirm final requirements, including ladder rigging height above sea level, course and speed. Pilot ladders and man ropes need to be less than 30 months old from manufacture and rigged correctly. If any climb of greater than 9 meters is expected, a combination ladder secured to the ship's side shall be used. The pilot boat used for transfer is on a listening watch on VHF Channel 11. Man ropes are required for all departures. For arriving vessels, man ropes may need to be rigged at the attending pilot loading master's discretion. This will be communicated prior to pilot boarding. Your vessel shall provide a good lee for the pilot boat to come alongside. In accordance with regulatory requirement, a responsible officer shall be in attendance to supervise and confirm all is ready for the transfer to take place. Maintain the agreed course and speed during the transfer of personnel and luggage. Do not hesitate to contact the pilot boat, should there be a problem. The pilot will generally have 2 to 3 bags, which will be required to be brought on board after the pilot is on deck. Please have a good heaving line ready for the bags. During the cargo operations, the pilots will be carrying out an inspection of the ladders. Helicopter transfer is conducted as per the principles of the International Chamber of Shipping to Woodside-approved helidecks. The pilot will call you on VHF Channel 11 approximately 1 hour before pilot on board to confirm that your vessel will be in the correct location at Pilot Boarding Ground Alpha. Your vessel should then maintain a listening watch on VHF Channel 13 for communications from the helicopter. Crew standing by and firefighting equipment should be in accordance with the International Chamber of Shipping guidance and ready 15 minutes before the scheduled arrival of the helicopter. Approximately 10 minutes before the helicopter is due to land, the helicopter will call up and request confirmation of clear deck, relative wind direction, speed, heading, and a clearance to land. Your ship should be fully ready to receive the helicopter at that time. Once the pilot has reached the bridge, they will appraise the situation. The master, at this point, still has the conduct of the ship and should continue to follow the vessel's passage plan, whilst maintaining a safe and efficient lookout. The pilot will invite the master and bridge team to partake in a master pilot exchange before they set up their PPU. When ready, the pilot will then ask to take over the conduct of the vessel and proceed south in the fairways towards the relevant tug meeting area. A fleet of tugs are available to assist manoeuvring your vessel and to provide emergency support during your stay in Dampier. The modern fleet of ASD tugs will secure their lines where available to sunken bits, or send them up to your crew on deck. Ships shall have good messenger lines available for bringing the tug lines on deck. The eye of the tug grommet should be placed over the inboard bits with messengers clear of the bight. Beware of the tug line suddenly becoming tight. A responsible officer shall signal to the tug when the line is secure by crossing of the arms. Once the tugs are secure, all personnel should keep clear of the tug lines as weight can come on at any time during the vessel transit. Letting go the tugs shall be done after instructions are received from the bridge. Approach the line after it has gone slack, taking one turn of the tug messenger around the bit. A responsible officer is to sight the tug crew and signal to lower the tug's line over the side. Do not drop the line from deck height. Lines boats are not used at Woodside facilities for mooring operations. All mooring line transfer is via a shore messenger and ship heaving line handshake agreement. Safety is paramount at Woodside terminals, and all operations should be carefully planned and monitored by a responsible officer. During the mooring operation, if there is any issue, please contact the bridge to resolve, as the pilot has radio contact with the jetty mooring crew. It is critical that no tension is placed on any mooring line whilst the terminal mooring crew are on the Dolphin. It is highly hazardous for the mooring crew should tension come on unexpectedly. The responsible officer shall at all times maintain visual contact with the shore mooring crew. Hand signals for stop heaving or commence heaving can be used to communicate with shore crew. Yelling is ineffective. If in doubt, don't hesitate to contact the bridge and the pilot will radio to the shore crew. The first line ashore will be the back springs. A heaving line shall be passed to the shore after permission is given from the bridge. Do not throw the heaving line at the mooring crew. A 20mm shore messenger is then brought back to the vessel, passed through the correct lead, and is to be shackled onto the ship tail 1 metre from the crown. A jockey tail can also be used. The ship's heaving line running through the next lead should then be attached to the shore messenger so that it can be taken back to shore for transfer of the next line. As the shore heaves the ship's line to the Dolphin, please ensure there is a moderate amount of back tension applied to the ship's messenger to avoid entanglement. It may be necessary for the ship to clear each mooring line from the water after it has been secured to the mooring hook. If this is necessary, the line can be raised in a slow and controlled manner until just clear of the water surface. At no time should working weight be applied to the line until the mooring crew are clear of the Dolphin. Snapback zones are a known hazard in the shipping industry, and each vessel should have a comprehensive plan to ensure crew members do not put themselves in a position where injury or death could occur during operations. A shore gangway will be placed on your vessel for the duration of the vessel's stay. An adequate gangway watch shall be maintained at all times by ship's personnel. A copy of the fire plans and crew list shall be placed in the jetty fire plan box. The gangway watch shall be responsible for logging of people going on and off the vessel as per its vessel management system requirements. It is imperative that the gangway watch does not allow ship's personnel and visitors to disembark the vessel without terminal security in attendance. If at any time the gangway is getting close to the ship's structure, contact the terminal staff and request them to move it to a better location. Staff will be available at 20 minutes notice. All berths can be affected by swell and squalls, which may require the gangway to be removed from the ship until environmental conditions have eased. The jetty marine loading arms are driven via a remote control by the shore operator. Everyone must stay 1.5 metres clear of the arm at all times when it is not connected to the ship's manifold. If you need to move close to the arm, check with the operator to ensure they are aware of your movement. Be aware of the ship's movement in poor conditions at the jetty to avoid being injured by the arm. Never get between the arm when it is moving, as there is a risk of crushing against the manifold or ship's rails. Never turn your back on an arm that is moving. All marine loading arms are connected by quick connect disconnect couplings, or QCDCs. QCDCs require spool pieces that must meet terminal specification. These dimensions will be checked. If the ship's spool pieces are not suitable, shore spool pieces will need to be fitted. The use of the ship's crane is not permitted if the loading arms are connected to the ship's manifold. LNG vessels are required to fit liquid and vapour strainers. Be aware that the dropping of a pressurised arm full of nitrogen at the end of purging is very noisy. Always wear hearing protection, stand well clear and upwind. Cargo operations will be conducted as per the cargo plan agreed before the start of hydrocarbon transfer and in accordance with the shipshore safety checklist. A continuous presence at a safe distance from the manifold is required whenever the arms are connected. Continuous monitoring of the ship lines throughout the hydrocarbon transfer is required to detect possible leaks or other issues. If there is any issue or cause for concern, inform the loading master and take any action required to make the situation safe. Dampier is an open water port with a large tidal range. The ship's crew are required to pay careful attention to the ship's position and conditions of its mooring lines whilst the vessel is alongside. Any adjustments of the ship's mooring line tension should be managed so as to ensure the ship does not move out of position. The frequency of rain is low in Dampier. However, should there be the need to drain the ship's decks, this shall be done through oil absorbent pads to prevent any pollution of the marine environment. Thank you for your attention during this video. We look forward to your arrival at our port and the safe and successful cargo loading operation. If you have any questions, please consult the relevant terminal handbooks or contact Pilot Loading Master. Have a safe voyage.